Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Torin here with another Warhammer Total War live battlecast. So, let's see what my opponent's going to play. It looks like he has Beastmen. He might be staying there. We'll see, guys. Could be some fun times. So, let's go ahead and play the Vampire counts. Should be fun. Got to take advantage of the Grim and the Grave DLC and play with all these new units. So, it looks like he is indeed staying Beastmen. So, should be fun, guys. Let's go ahead and get Vlad. I've been using Strigoi Ghoul King all day, so it's about time I switch it up. So let's go ahead and get the Blood Drinker to replenish the hit points of combatants. The Carsign Ring hasn't been that great for me. So as far as spells go, let's get rid of Raised Head, Curse of Ears. Usually I just bring Gaze into Gash and Invocation to Heck, and look how much money that saves. That saves quite a bit. So against Beastmen, I normally don't like getting Skeleton Spearmen, but since they send so many units, large units in the front line, they actually make pretty decent fodder here. So we'll get 4 of those. We will also get a group of Graveguard as well as the Stearnsmen, who I've actually become a huge fan of lately. And just in case he does bring like a Bestigor herd or something, we'll go ahead and bring Graveguard here. And I actually like the Graveguard. I've been using them as opposed to Cryptors because they don't suffer from anti-large. So I've been having pretty decent results. So we do want to win the Cavalry battle. So let's go ahead and get this guy, the Blood Knight, as well as the Dire Pack. We'll get a Mortis Engine for the main line, and then we still have quite a few resources left. So let's get some Vargheists, some Fellbats to give me flexibility in diving powerful targets. Let's see, what else do I want to get, guys? I got the Blood Knights. I feel like my Infantry Corps could use a little bit more supplementation here. Let's get rid of one of these. We'll get a White King, put him on a Barded Mount, Potion. Let's just pump some Chevrons into this guy right here, just to close things off. So, man, cutting it close, guys. We'll see how this goes. Should be a fun army composition here. I always like using Vlad. He is just a force to be reckoned with. But personally, I like the Strigoi Ghoul King a little more on the Terrorgeist. And he would have been a better choice against the Beastmen because on the Terrorgeist, he has anti-large. He can summon Cryptors. He can just has so much flexibility in terms of what he can do. But not to say Vlad isn't a force to be reckoned with also. So definitely has his perks. So we'll see how this goes. Personally, I'm not a fan of the snow maps. Let me know. I'd like to know what you guys think about that. I have trouble. I don't know if it's just me, but I have trouble perceiving what's going on in the battle just because of the kind of the lighting of it, and it's always been a little funky to me. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've been playing quite a few games. I really like the Stearnsmen. I feel like they're really good regiment of renown. Like in these really atrocious long battles, they're always like the last unit standing. And just that, I don't know if it's the regeneration or they're just inherently higher stats, but having pretty good results with them. So them as well as the Dire Pack. One unit I'd like to experiment with would probably be the Elite or the Regiment of Renown Vargheists. I know they have I believe, Vanguard deployment, which I think could be decent in some matchups. I don't know about against like Beastmen. The thing about Beastmen is they do bring a lot of really low-tier anti-large units, so sometimes having Cryptors mixed in the front line isn't really cost-effective from my experience. So, sorry for the delay, guys. It looks like we're about to get started, so hopefully you enjoyed my ranting and raving. Let's have some fun. So we'll get the Spearmen here. Right now I'm just creating my main line. So I usually get my absorption in the front, my secondary troops, and then the armor piercing I use in the back because I want him to have good angles on all points of my line. So if Bestigors are here, send them here, etc., etc. So keep the spread. Then also have the White King, and we'll have Uncle Vlad there as well. So let's put him behind here so they don't get gorbuled. So we'll put him there. We'll lock that group. Actually, I almost forgot one of the most important elements of it, guys. We'll put the Mortis Engine. So now we lock that group just like this, and now it'll move wherever I want it to, and it will stay in its formation. So next we're going to create our anti-cavalry division. So if he does have some Centaurs or things like that, these guys will make short work of them, hopefully. Not always, guys. Could backfire on me. And then these guys here, so we can put the Vargheist in 3 and the Fellbats in 4. So now I got a lot of flexibility in terms of where I want to move things, and hopefully I can keep track of all these buttons. Starting to feel like World of Warcraft again. Not quite. A lot more than 4 toggles than that. So we'll see how it goes, guys. My opponent looks like he's still getting ready, but nope, he's ready for action. He was just waiting for me. So as far as he is hidden, well hidden in this forest, and it looks like he has 2 giants. So that means if we take a look at his army, he only has 680 troops. So I actually have quite a bigger army than him. And these skeleton spearmen, they're going to pay their dues, guys. This is exactly what you want. And I also have Blood Knights. So let's get the bats in there. The bats are also very good for scouting. So if you have an opponent who likes to camp in the forest here, and just troll around. The bats are going to get in there and see what's going on. And, you know, even if they get taken out by what? Ungor Raiders, it's not going to be a big deal because, again, they're extremely expendable. Vargeist are also pretty good against Beastmen. They don't have armor piercing, but a lot of Beastmen units are lightly armored, so these guys with their damage dealing and frenzy effects are going to really cut through Beastmen units, so definitely a fan of them. Let's see what you got, brother. So it looks like he has a Cygor back here, which is, oh, it looks like he just summoned it, so. Cygor is not going to be that good, especially in the forest here. It's going to have terrible line of sight, actually. And it's probably just going to throw some rocks into trees just angrily here. So let's fly in here, get these guys up, keep marching, guys. We've got to get to that forest. And it looks like the party is on. Oh, no, he's getting some good angles there. He's making me eat my words. So it looks like he has Bestigors here. He's got some Gore Herds with shields, which I'm not sure why he brought those. But again, they still have pretty good defensive stats. So let's go ahead and bring these guys back here. And the Cygor doesn't have that much armor. So actually, the Vargeist will be pretty good against it. Let's go ahead and get them here. And did you guys... Oh, it looks like he does have some Vanguard deployed units back here. So Centaurs. Okay. So those guys are just going to get absolutely annihilated, hopefully. I could probably just send the... I don't know if the Dire Pack would be able to win, but... So it looks like he's advancing out, leaving the Cygor alone. So I'm going to send my Vargeist and my Bats on it. And it's showtime, guys. We're going to have a showdown here. Vlad is ready. He's going to use his Master of Beguilement to debuff my opponent's units. And we'll hopefully make him pay the iron price over there. So what does he got? Gore Herds here. So yeah, this isn't going to be a bad matchup for me. So we'll go ahead and engage here and here, here. Go ahead and engage here. Make sure the corpse cart here, or not the corpse cart, excuse me. And where's his Bestigor Herds? I'm going to wait to see where he sends those. And so it looks like here he's just doing his thing. So we got Vlad in here. We can put Vlad on this giant, and then this White King can go on the other giant here. So let's see if I can catch him off guard here. He might not be paying attention. So I'm starting to take a little bit of damage here in the center, so I'm going to use an upgraded Invocation to Heck. And you can see these guys have tied them up, but I got to pull back here because he did leave some spearmen there. So over here, you see the Dire Pack is so fast. They're just as fast as these guys, actually. So they were able to catch them, tie them down, to use Master of Beguilement on that giant. I don't know if that invocation went off. Did it? There it is. I don't think it did, guys. So now the skeletons are engaged with, you know, these various units and are doing a pretty good job, so I can't complain. And over here, I did just punish these Centaurs, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm going to leave the Dire Pack on them to make sure they don't come back, and then I'm going to put them in toggle group 5. And then I'm going to pull these Blood Knights and try and get a decent charge on this Gorbel right here, because they do have the anti-large. Let's get Vlad here as well. Vlad can get on this... Vlad needs to just be chipping away on this giant. That's what he needs to be doing. Use the various buffs here. And the Blood Knights are now going to get in on this Gorbel, and hopefully we'll be able to do pretty well. So my units here, I'm just going to pull them into the front line, and hopefully they can get in on the next Invocation of the Heck. And right now, this is a tough fight for sure, but thankfully this giant is starting to go down. Uncle Vlad is doing a great job at whittling it down. So let's switch him onto this other giant, and we can keep the White King on that primary giant here. Over here, his Gore Herds are starting to collapse, and I do have these Vargeist coming, which are going to be pretty nice. So let's use them to get maybe this giant. No, let's keep him here and wait for... that Cygor looks pissed off. He's coming to join the party. So we're going to use an upgraded Invocation in the Heck in the center point of the battle, which is going to be great. It'll get those Sternsmen back online, and let's go ahead and use these guys to pick off that low giant. That would be a good investment here. If we can get rid of him, that'll be huge. So this is a very tight battle right now. And the Blood Knights, I need to cycle them out. And then the Dire Pack, let's also pull them back. I got a little overzealous sending them after those guys. So the Blood Knights, I need to get them up and around and get them on the Cygor so they can get that anti-large bonus. Come on, Uncle Vlad. Get in there. And it looks like these Grave Guard are, you know, really just sturdy right now and just holding their own. So let's get these guys over here and just waiting for that Invocation to Heck. So I'm going to be able to actually chase off this giant. Maybe I should get the giant first just to make sure it doesn't come back. The giants are very, very tough, so you want to make sure that they stay gone. So Vlad is starting to take a little bit of damage. Let's move this Mortis engine here, have it target the Gorbel. And we'll use the Invocation to Heck here. And they got the giant, so that's great. So now we can get him on the Cygor, but my opponent is wisely moving some spearmen back. And it looks like I actually was able to do pretty well over here in this particular flank. So let's use Master of Beguilement here to lower that Gorbel's combat stats. Cycle these guys around, and now, oh my god, these guys ran off into the eternity here. And they ran off into some other world. So let's chase down those routing units, make sure they don't come back. There's not much I can do against his large units here because he's so well enveloped with these spearmen and different units here, but you definitely don't want to mess with Uncle Vlad in the melee engagement. But I'm going to pull him back a little bit just so he's not right in the center there, and hopefully let's get the Dire Pack here. Yeah, we can get that giant unit here. Come on, Vlad. You can do it, brother. Keep fighting. Don't give up. So my units here, I got to make sure they're cost effective and they're engaged. Let's get the Dire Pack and the Blood Knights on this Cygor. That should be fine. And this probably will be my last Invocation and a Heck here, but hopefully, I think most of my units have probably overhealed at this point and have reached their threshold for healing. But see, he's pulling a Spearman, which is, he's doing a very, very good job of that, making it very hard for me to engage. So what I'm probably going to do is keep my cavalry up in the wings here and just make sure that they don't, they can chase down routing units. So you see these Bestigor herds are broken. Let's make sure they don't come back, guys. It can make a big difference in the battle. So Vlad is getting pretty low, actually. So let's go ahead and pull him and use these dogs to help him out. They should be able to actually do pretty good against the Gorbel. And let's use a Gaze from the Gash here. See if I can cheese out the Scorbel. And let's get this giant down here. And yeah, the Blood Knights are doing a pretty good job there. So come on, Vlad. You can do it, brother. And it looks like I did get that one Gorbel down. So let's get this other one down. And Vlad, he's a pretty strong duelist, having the lore of vampires at his disposal. So let's get this Gorbel down. Come on, get him. Let's keep this Mortis engine on this giant for that perpetual drain. It's going to be nice. So it looks like got to get those Cygors. Don't want them, or Centaurs, excuse me. Don't want them to get back in. Let's go ahead and use this potion here, as well as the various armor-piercing buffs. And we can target this giant down. So, man, this is a very tight battle. This is where Vlad shines, guys. So let's use Invocation and a Heck on these Blood Knights, because they haven't used a lot of healing effects. So I'm going to go ahead and engage them on the Cygor, because when that guy does decide to get in a melee, it's going to be, you know, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. So thankfully these guys are going to rout off, and I'm still getting that continued drain effect. So let's get Vlad on this guy, use Master of Beguilement, something I've been neglecting to do a little bit this game. And it looks like a lot of his units are starting to take some serious leadership hits. So let's get in here. I need to get this Gorbel down. I need to get his Malagor down as well. So let's get in here. Make sure this White King is pathing. Sometimes you have to repath him and it can be a little annoying, but the Blood Knights are going to get that anti-large. So I'm just kind of putting my marbles on the fact that, you know, that guy won't be able to get me here. So let's get Malagor here. Looks like I got the Gorbel down. Vlad, let's run him kind of off into the jungle so he's not in the firing kill zone of that Cygor. And Malagor should go down here. Oh, what a nice throw. Man, that was some major league throwing right there. Oh man, I'm tempted. I'm kind of like on the fence. I think Vlad should run, because if I take an additional leadership hit, it's going to be really bad for me. So get in there, Vlad. Go, go, go. Get in the trees. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, guys. So let's switch them off here. And Malagor is, I feel like I should kill him. I'll just keep the White King on him. The White King should be able to finish him. I need these Blood Knights to start working on this Cygor here. So Vlad is comfortable in the trees. He's chilling, and I'm going to start running Vlad back, because once, you know, this big powerful threat is gone, he should be able to help clean up these Ungors pretty well. So, all right, guys. Wow, what a great battle. It was very close. Vlad, if he had taken that boulder there, I could have probably had some crumbling. You know, if he had taken a direct boulder. So that was definitely very, very down to the wire. Very, very well played on my opponent's part. He did a great job with his spear infantry, keeping my cavalry at bay. Although they did get to run rampant for a while. And one critique is I definitely overchased with the hounds a little bit, but still, they did pretty good against those Centaurs. So his giants did pretty well as the Bestigor herds, just decent across the line. And of course, these Gorbels were quite strong as well. As far as my army, I think the skeletons paid their dues, because he did have the giants in the ranks, and the skeletons were probably poking away at him with that anti-large. And of course, the Blood Knights and the Dire Pack, just the dream team, they did some great work as well. So really well played to my opponent, PTAQ. I look forward to seeing you again on ladder, and I hope you guys enjoyed that live Battlecast. Have an excellent night, and take care, guys.